Welcome to 3 and 2, the video blog. I'm here today with Dr. Anil Gupta. He's professor of business at the University of Maryland Business School and author of Getting China and India Right, or I should say co-author with his wife. Anil, welcome. And I want you to, if you can, tell our viewers today about your 4 realities about business in India and China.
Essentially, my point is that one useful way to understand China and India is in terms of each of these countries playing out 4 compelling realities. And in fact, there is no other country, not even Brazil or Russia in the BRIC group, where all 4 realities are playing out at the same time. Number 1 is both China and India are mega markets, mega growth. Of course, with micro customers in terms of very low per capita incomes, but mega markets, mega growth. Reality number 1. That by itself would be compelling. Add to it reality number 2 is that for both blue and white collar work, China and India offer compelling cost arbitrage opportunities and opportunities of such magnitude that can make an impact to the global cost structure of the company. So that's reality number 2, very widely understood, but nonetheless very compelling. Third, compelling reality, and that's a more recent story, is that China and India are rapidly becoming major innovation platforms, both in terms of the talent and the cost of that talent, but the quality of the talent and the scalability of that talent. So that's number 1, innovation opportunity. The other is business model innovation, as exemplified in the case of Tata Nano. So that's number 3. And the 4th compelling reality is China and India as the springboards for the rise of new competitors. New competitors that in fact are pretty much coming out of nowhere. Like 10 years back, you wouldn't see them operating outside the domestic markets at all, to a point where they are actually becoming more or less household names within their respective industries. Companies like Huawei in telecom equipment, companies like Tata Motors or Tata Steel in their respective industries. So if you look at these 4 stories, no developed or emerging economy features all 4 stories at the same time.
Okay, one last question for you. You spend a lot of time with multinationals in the U.S. What's more top of mind, India or China, with U.S. multinationals when they're looking for overseas growth?
I think China, and for I think good reasons, because Chinese economy is about 3.5 times as large as India, which means that for a lot of products and services, the market in China is about 3 to 4 times as large as India. So that's number 1. Second is that while China and India are the 2 fastest growing economies in the world, China still is growing a couple of points faster than India. So I think for most companies, China is priority number 1. And I believe that's how it should be. But also I should add that companies about 2 years back, 3 years back, still would kind of ask this question, whether China or India. So much so, in fact, that Jack and Susie Welch had an actual column in Business Week on whether China or India. But I'm glad to note that that debate is no longer relevant. In fact, you don't see that debate because companies now understand it really has to be China and India, not China or India.
That's Dr. Anil Gupta from University of Maryland School of Business. Thanks for being here today. You can find Dr. Gupta on businessweek.com, and you can buy his book, Getting China and India Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan.